Hey guys, Seth here. Just going to talk a little bit about what we went through this week. It's the philosophy unit in the Praxis program, and I'm really excited about this. And to be honest, I was a little bit skeptical at first about what philosophy had to do with business, why we were taking an entire month to just consume content and read different philosophers' takes on things and figure out where we stood philosophically, what our beliefs were. And at first I was like, I don't know what this has to do with anything, what skills this is going to give me that's going to be effective. But as I've been doing it, I really do see that it helps you think a lot more deep. It helps you think more critically. It helps you show how you're going to work. I think our philosophical beliefs have a lot to do with the way we work, the way we process information. So, one of the things that interested me was we were reading this thing about, or we watched this video about not knowing how wrong we are. And the whole time he talked about how the people that, they didn't believe that the earth was round, they thought it was flat. They weren't wrong, it's a little bit. They're pretty close, honestly. They were wrong compared to what we know today, but they weren't completely wrong. They were pretty right for their days. And then you have the people that believed it was perfectly spherical, and that's closer, but it's still not right. I mean, the whole time, the basic moral of the story was that we don't know how wrong we are. We don't know what we're going to discover later. We don't know what is going to happen in the future. We don't know what discoveries will be made. And so he basically made the point that it's not bad to be wrong. We just need to, maybe instead of trying to be right, we need to try to be incrementally less wrong. And that really struck a chord with me. I really like that. It has a lot to do with swimming. In my life, I've seen that instead of just going for a perfect time right from the beginning, you work up to it. You try to get less and less bad until you can get to that your goal. So that struck a chord with me. Another thing we talked about, that we read was this thing about hypotheticals. And I have to say, I thought it was interesting to talk about hypotheticals and how they're good. It's a good way to think of all the contingencies. Like I talked about how little kids will say, what if the place burns down? Then we'll go to laser tag. Like, okay, well, what if laser tag burns down? And it's a ridiculous thought, right? That the worst thing's going to happen. What are you going to do? What's your contingency plan? But the article talked about how it was okay because when you use that hypothetical, it helps you think critically about the problem. Helps you think about the problem in a new way. And I agree that thinking about things in a hypothetical manner helps you think about them in a new way. But I think there's a better way, a more effective way to think about things hypothetically, because I worry that if you think about things hypothetically, that you're going to miss you're going to miss breaking down the problem at hand. So, for example, if you think, oh, this situation's bad, but it really could be worse, think about think about this or that, think about this hypothetical side of it. Okay, yeah, that kind of helps me think about my problem in a little bit of a new way, but just because it's going to work there doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work here. So I just think there needs to be a good line drawn between when you're thinking about something hypothetically and when you're just trying to draw connections and make your point valid through some informal means, such as drawing a hypothetical, link to it. So that was something that I had an issue with. I think that thinking hypothetically can be good, but I think that it can lead to a lot of misunderstanding and a lot of this, think about it this way, and then you've kind of left the whole problem behind. I'm worried that that's something that could happen. But that's some things that struck me this week, that these things have impressed me. I'm excited to move forward, but I'm really enjoying this philosophy unit, and I hope that you guys are too. So see you around.